Welcome to Digital Services Digitally. You guys, I've been workshopping this really funny joke about the service we're going to talk about today. You ready? What's all the hoopla about Hoopla? Huh? Huh? You know what? Maybe we don't do a funny joke. And what's Hoopla? It's another way of getting eBooks, eAudio, eComics, eMusic, eVideo even, all in one place. Now that sounds a little bit like Overdrive and Libby that you already talked about, Franklin, right? What's the difference? Well, let's drill down into the financials. Libby and Hoopla both provide e-content, but the business model behind the scenes is different. And so how they work is a bit different. Let's enumerate. With Libby, you will find the latest and greatest titles from the most popular authors or the latest Trump book. You can have 25 holds and 25 checkouts at a time. You can be waiting for 25 things. You can have 25 things checked out all at once. Sounds great. Now, some of the downside. You may have to wait in line for those really popular items. In fact, you will probably have to wait in line. The way these materials are priced for us behind the scenes, we get virtual licenses that only one person can use at a time. We can buy more virtual copies, but I'll level with you, they're a lot more expensive than physical copies. It's weird, but it's the Wild West of digital marketplaces. But back to good news. There's a wonderful reader and listener right there with you in the Libby app. You can do everything right from there. What about Hoopla? With Hoopla, you might not find the latest and greatest item that you're looking for. There's a different selection. It's by no means bad stuff, but it's just different. Instead of having 25 checkouts and 25 holds, you are just limited to 5 checkouts per month. At Mill Valley, some of the other libraries may have a slightly different number for you per month. Every calendar month, that'll reset. 5, you say, wait a minute, that seems rather stingy compared to 25. Yes, but remember, with Hoopla, there's no waiting in lines. It doesn't matter how many people are concurrently checking something out at the same time. And another nice thing is that just like Libby, you can read, listen, watch, everything like that right in the Hoopla app all in one place. I'll take that deal, you say. How do I get Hoopla? Well, Hoopla is one of the resources that libraries hold individually. And if you're a long-time watcher, you know what that means. It's time to look up our home library. Yes, it's that time again. You guys know the score. Go to millvalleylibrary.org/HomeLib. We'll find our home library. For example, this test card. It's the Mill Valley Public Library. Spoiler alert, I knew that already. But this will tell you a very important this will tell you a very important piece of information for your own Hoopla journey. So then I'm like, what's all the hoopla about Hoopla? You like it? It's a tough crowd around here. Now at this point you may be a little tired of hearing me say this, although it's a good problem to have, but Hoopla works on a wide variety of devices and the web in a browser, which I have open right here. That's just what I'll use for demonstration. I'll show it to you on a device also, just so you can see where it differs a little bit in look and feel. Let's start our day where everyone should start their day, millvalleylibrary.org. Where are we going today? Well, we have our home library in our minds. That's good. We're going to go to hoopladigital.com. Instantly borrow digital movies, music, ebooks, and more 24/7 with your library card. That sounds great. Get started today. I will. What's my email? What I'm doing here is creating an account with Hoopla. So this is not your library information. Okay, let's see. Which library am I affiliated with? I know that or rather the test card, is a Mill Valley. There we are. Notice that Sausalito, San Rafael, other Marin libraries are in there too because they have the subscription themselves. You put in the one that matches with you. All right, here we go. Next. What is my entire library card number? It's that. How did I type it so fast? It was copy and pasted. And I know the PIN as well. Boy, I know a lot of things. Sign me up. Ta-da! If you need any help, contact us. Hey, that's what I would tell you too. Okay. All right. Welcome to Hoopla. Now you can play and roam and see what kind of things await you here. Okay, remember the deal. You can borrow any of these things right away, no waiting, except that you can do 5 of them per month. Let's browse around, shall we? Browse. Notice that Hoopla has audiobooks, movies, music, comics, eBooks, television, a little bit of everything. Let's wander into the eBooks first. You'll get a view here. You can choose different ways to organize them. What's popular, what's featured, what's recommended. And categories, a broad variety of categories. Books and translation, computers, diverse romance, health and fitness, all sorts of stuff. You can drill down that way. Let's head back here though. Let's see. Yes. I love a nice left-hand panel. Why? Because this allows us to narrow down what we see. It's very useful in making sense of the big welter of stuff we may get here. Here we can see, I want new stuff. Exactly how new? 12 months worth, 6 months worth, 3 months worth, 30 days. What's really brand spanking new? In the last 7 days, all these things have been added to the ebook section. We could filter by language. These all happen to be in English. That's a small selection. The bigger selection, you'd have more choices. And filter to just kid stuff if you're looking just for kid stuff. Notice that I'm building up active filters up here, right? These blue guys, and I can click them and get rid of those filters and open up the results again and change how they're sorted. This should be looking familiar. This is pretty standard design by now. So much for eBooks. Audiobooks. Similarly, you can filter on the left panel and get a broad selection. There are movies. Television. I'm told this is like movies, but shorter. There's even music. You could listen to Michael Bublé over and over and over again. And comics. And this is an excellent way to read comics, I think. You can get your hands immediately on the latest issue and not have to carry it around or get it damaged, you know? This is a great deal. But what does checking something out look like? I'm back looking at eBooks, and I like the moody cover of this one. Personally, I may know nothing about it, but I can find out a little about it here. Its categories, how people rate it. I can mark it, I love it already, or I can borrow it. I think I'll do that. Here are my terms. It'll be available for 21 days after you borrow it. That should be pretty familiar. It'll remind me. Okay, I will borrow it. Now it is mine, temporarily. Let's read. And like Libby, right here in the browser even, we can read the book. I'll scroll through the pages with my right and left arrows. We have clickable, hyperlinkable chapters here in the table of contents. If I want to begin in medias res, in the middle of everything, let's go to chapter 23. And there we have it. What can we do in Hoopla? I can search. I can go through the chapters. Let's go back. I can add bookmarks and then see my bookmarks. I can select text from the book and highlight. I can change my settings. You know me, I love settings. Change the screen brightness if it's blasting me with its brightness. Change the font. Here we go. Yes. I recognize several of these. Merriweather, that's a nice one. That's what's on, people, the Mill Valley Library website, if you recognize that. Yeah. And I'm glad to see the Open Dyslexic font is also available here. Bolding all the text may make it a little easier for you to read, depending on the font, depending on your needs. You can change the background color, so there's less sharp contrast, or flip the dark part and the white part for nighttime reading. Even tweak the line spacing. Ooh, Libby, are you paying attention? Look at all these things you can do. Let's take a listen to an audiobook. I've checked out this one called Pigs. I mean, how could you not? And the player pops up down here.
Pigs ate everything. Kitchen scraps, bitter lettuce from the garden, the stale and sticky contents of lunchboxes kids brought home from school, toenail clippings, hairballs.
Already fascinating. Now, notice I clicked on this arrow and brought up the player. I have my options of changing speed, setting a sleep timer. Let's see, speed, we could go through the various useful speeds. I can scroll through the various chapters. And I can set bookmarks where I am. I can drag myself forward 2 hours and 51 minutes into Pigs.
This is good, Andrew said.
Yeah, Andrew's right. And what do we have here? 14. This toggles between the chapter time remaining and the whole book time remaining. And a gentle reminder of when it will disappear. And previous chapter, next chapter. Forward 30 seconds, back 30 seconds.
He held it.
Forward.
He held
back.
Ate the
forward.
Held it.
Back.
The fish.
Now I'm just being annoying. Television. I think there's no doubt as to which one I'll be choosing here. Yes, Bob Ross. Let's Meadow Lake, Winter Sun, Autumn Splendor. Let's go for Mountain Waterfall. All right, let's play it. It's a shorter time that it's available. And again, right here in the browser, I will get to watch it. That's Bob Ross, all right. All right, I'm taking bets. If I jump to here, will he be slapping a big tree over the foreground? Come on, Bob, come on.
Grab the fan brush off. Maybe we'll take the liner brush.
The suspense, Bob.
Van Dyke Brown. Maybe we'll put a couple little stems and stuff up through here. Maybe there's a little rim that comes right up through here like so.
I'm going to say that counts and declare victory. All right, and like Canopy, there's a kids section. You can filter everything to be just kid stuff. You can look at your account settings and such under this gear, the universal settings icon. Flip on kids mode or off, show or hide a borrowing history, and do you want to get emails about content and features? What else do we have here? We can add libraries, jump around to different libraries. We can get recommendations from the algorithm. Change your password for the Hoopla account, if necessary. Change the contact email. And then to look at what you have checked out already, look under My Hoopla, currently borrowed. And you'll see what you've got in your virtual basket at that moment. Owners of digital devices, Hoopla is for you too. For example, my googly Android phone, where I will go to the Play Store to find Hoopla. It looks like that. I already have it. It looks like this. And here I can see things I've checked out. And here I can search with the magnifying glass, trending searches, specific searches. What do I always like to do? Dogs, except I misspelled it. But that's okay. It's our happy little world. I think the Bob Ross affected me. Quick filtering categories. And settings, instead of a hamburger, are in these 3 vertical dots. Sometimes there's not space for a full hamburger. Here's an important setting for mobile devices. Wi-Fi only downloads. Do you want to not use your cell data? Do you pay for your cell data? Want to just download big audiobooks and things like that with Wi-Fi? That's where to do your option. And look at this. Link a TV device. Oh my goodness. Truly, the future is a wonderful place. Now that I'm done, I'll just clean my phone and some odorless paint thinner. Just beat the devil out of it. And that's Hoopla. Really, really useful for book clubs if you need to get your hands or your digital hands on an e-copy of something right away and not have to worry about getting in line. Really, really useful for that. And for general reading and listening and watching and all that. If you have any questions or any troubles getting set up, just contact us at the contact information below. Reference at cityofmillvalley.org is the email. If you have ideas for topics you want to see covered or questions about the services we already have covered, bring it on. Come at me, bro. I'm the digital services librarian. I just reserve the right to say, I don't know, I'll check, I'll get back to you. But now you know the hoopla about who... Never mind. I'll see you next time.